By the end of this video, you will be able to quickly identify any note on the piano keyboard. You will understand what a sharp is and what it means, and you will understand what a flat is and what it means. Okay, let's learn the piano keyboard. We are going to start by looking at the black keys. Notice that there are two sets of black keys. One group of 2 black keys, followed by a group of 3 black keys. This pattern of 2 black keys followed by 3 black keys repeats all the way up and down the keyboard, and it will help us find some landmark notes. Now let's look at the names of the white keys on the keyboard. There are a few things that we should really recognize that are going to help us. First, let's just notice that the notes are named using the musical alphabet, the letters A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. The notes repeat as you go up the keyboard, and they repeat as you go down the keyboard. Okay, now let's notice which note is always to the left of the group of 2 black keys. Do you see it? It's always C. We are going to use this as a landmark note to help us find the other keys on the keyboard. If we can remember that the note to the left of the group of 2 black keys is always C, then we can just count up the musical alphabet to find any of the other keys on the keyboard. Can you count up the musical alphabet from C to this note? Let's do it together. C, D, E. You got it. Let's try another one. Let's count up from C to this note. Here we go. C, D, E, F, and G. See how easy it is? We can also count backward to find a note. Let's try that. Notice that the higher C is closer to the note that we're looking for. So it might be easier to count backwards to this note. Here we go. C, B, A. Nice. Okay, so if you're feeling confident with that, you are probably ready to memorize one more note on the keyboard. Which note is always to the left of the group of 3 black keys? The answer is F. The note to the left of the group of 3 black keys is always F. Again, we can use this as a landmark note to help us find the other notes on the keyboard. Let's practice. Can you count up from F to this note? Here we go. F, G, A. Good work. Let's try another one. F, G, A, B, C. You got it. But wait, that note happens to be our other landmark note, C. So we could have saved ourselves some work on that one. Really, it doesn't matter how you find them. If you know these 2 landmark notes, you will never be very far away from the note that you're looking for. Pretty soon, you will have all of the white keys on the keyboard memorized. Okay, let's talk about those black keys now. Here are all of the notes on the keyboard labeled. Notice that each black key has 2 names, a sharp version and a flat version. This is a sharp symbol. A sharp added to a note means to raise the note by 1 half step. This is a flat symbol. A flat added to a note means to lower the note by 1 half step. And a half step in music is the shortest distance that we can move. So a half step on the piano is up or down to the very next key on the keyboard, white key or black key, no skipping notes. C to C sharp is a half step. That's a white key to a black key. C sharp to D is also a half step. That's a black key to a white key. E to F is also a half step. That's a white key to a white key. The thing that each pair of notes has in common is that there is no note in between the 2. They are as close together as they can be. That is the definition of a half step. Okay, back to the black keys on the piano keyboard. Remember, if we make a note sharp, we raise it by a half step, meaning we go up to the very next note on the keyboard. So C raised by a half step becomes C sharp. Continuing up the keyboard, D raised by a half step becomes D sharp. F becomes F sharp. G becomes G sharp. And A becomes A sharp. Amazing. But wait, there's more. Each black key has two names, a sharp version and a flat version. Remember, a flat added to a note means to lower the note by one half step. And a half step is the smallest distance you can move on the keyboard. So, B lowered by a half step becomes B flat. A lowered by a half step becomes A flat. G lowered by a half step becomes G flat. And E lowered by a half step becomes E flat. D becomes D flat. So there you have it. When we move up the keyboard, we name each black key using its sharp name. When we move down the keyboard, we name each black key using its flat name. Each black key has two names, a sharp version and a flat version. We call these enharmonic equivalents, and that just means that there are two names for one note. A C sharp sounds exactly the same as a D flat. They are the same key on the piano keyboard. They're equals or equivalents. Awesome. Let's review. The note to the left of the two black keys is always C. The note to the left of the three black keys is always F. As we go up the keyboard, we name each black key using its sharp name. And as we go down the piano keyboard, we name each black key using its flat name. Each black note has two names, a sharp version and a flat version. We call these enharmonic equivalents. One note can have two different names. Awesome job. You've learned an important skill. Being able to name each note on the keyboard will give you a very clear way to visualize music theory concepts. This will come in really handy as you continue learning and playing music. Thanks for watching.